I wanted to ask you about Christian Wilkins, a guy from Massachusetts. How do you think that he has come along this year as someone, a freshman who's playing in a rotation?
I mean, he's special, special talent, and a great person. Just enjoying immensely his Clemson experience. Great practice habits. You know, just one of those guys. Very, very cerebral player. Easy to coach, and you know, just gifted as a you know, with his just football ability. So just going to get better and better. It's doing great.
Brought to this team beyond the statistics and that kind of thing.
Well, Zach's a leader. You know, Zach's a guy that these guys have great respect for because of, you know, all that he's fought through. I mean, he's had some really tough injuries, and our players have seen the best of Zach. And they know where. I mean, he was going to be our starter last year, and all of a sudden he's out. And he had just had such. I mean, it was like, okay, man, he's ready, and you know. So, but he's always just had such a great attitude, and he's always just kept going, you know. And that's you know, sets a great example for his teammates. He's an inspiration to his teammates. But what people don't know about Zach is because he's, you know, kind of a quiet guy, I guess, but he's one of the best leaders we have on this football team. Very, very smart, great student, has a vision for what he wants to be in the future, what he wants to accomplish outside of football. He's a thinker. But you know, we sit in our leadership meetings and things like that, and the comments that he makes, even when he was hurt and couldn't play, you know, he was one of the best leaders that we had on this team in challenging his teammates. So Zach Brooks is one of those guys that, you know, obviously you love what you're seeing. You know, he's finally, you know, he missed most of camp. He's finally healthy, and he's gotten his confidence back, and you know, hopefully we can just continue to see him blossom and do some great things and get some fruits of his labor that he's put in, you know, over his time here. But he's one of those guys that is going to be incredibly successful in life. I mean, just to sit down and have a conversation with him, you'll figure that out pretty quick.
Tell us all the time how well Nick Schuessler does in practice. How big was that long drive at the end of the game? And those couple of big completions for his confidence just from the game performance.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, we got the ball with 8 minutes and 50 seconds on the goal line, and you know, we took 8 minutes and 30 seconds off the clock with our twos, and I think 3 big third downs and a couple of big plays. I mean, it was just huge. I mean, they got the ball with 20 seconds. I mean, that to me was a thing of beauty, to see our backups go out there and be able to just completely go from goal line to goal line and end the game. Just great execution, and great job by our guys up front too.
Florida's quarterback gets docked a year for taking, I guess, an over-counter supplement. What's your policy? How do you handle educating your players?
Well, they all know. I mean, everybody knows, and it was a great opportunity yesterday to just revisit that with our team. You know, everybody knows that if you're taking, I mean, our nutritionists, everybody, I mean, our strength, everybody, it's a consistent message. If you're going to take something, you know, even if it's over the counter, you have to get it approved, because if the NCAA, you pop a test on the NCAA, you're out. I mean, that's just the way it is. So, you know, you play by the rules, and if you don't, then you're going to be held accountable, regardless of what your intent was or whatever. So that's just the way it is. But you know, we do everything we can to make these guys aware and make sure they understand that they're accountable for what they put in their body. That's just the way it is.
I know Mike Williams had his checkup last week. What kind of feedback did he give?
It was really good. You know, I think everything is just really, really positive with Mike Williams. He's doing great. I think they're talking about in another few weeks maybe putting him in a soft cast instead of the hard one that he's got. But he's doing very well. I'm just tickled to death that you know, like I said, he's going to be just fine. You know, as I've said, I don't have any expectation for him to play this year. Be great, but that's the least of my concern, and I have no expectation for that whatsoever. The thing that I'm happy about is he's going to play next year, for sure. I mean, he's going to be just fine, and his football career is very, very bright.
So has he already said that he'll be back here next year?
No. I mean, I don't know if he'll be back. I hope he's back here next year. He's not said anything that he wouldn't be, but if he decides to move on, I mean, and play on the next level, and that's certainly an option that he could have. But the good thing is he's going to be able to play some football, whether he's at Clemson or somewhere else. His career is very, very bright and far from over.
You obviously were optimistic about what Hunter Renfrow could give you eventually. Are you at all surprised at how he's been able to work his way up?
No, not at all. I know y'all think we're crazy sometimes when we tell y'all stuff. I mean, but we're at practice every day, and we watch them every day, and y'all might see a snippet here and there every now and then, but no, not surprised at all. I mean, Hunter can play. I mean, he is. If he was the size he is now, he'd have had everybody recruiting him out of high school. I mean, he had a lot of offers coming out of high school. He just was so small. It's not in height, but just he was 150-something pounds. And, now he's 175 pounds. He's stronger, and he's still just a freshman. I mean, he's just going to get better. But he is fast and explosive and, just a very instinctive football player, great change of direction and excellent ball skills. And he's our backup punter, too. Don't forget about that. Hadn't had a chance to get him out there yet, but I keep forgetting about him. I got to get him out there sometime to get him a punt. But he's just a good football player, and I mean, we're really fortunate to have him. He is a legit Division I scholarship wide receiver. There's no question about it. And, every now and then you get lucky. And when I say lucky, we knew he was very talented. And so we offered him an opportunity to come in here, and he was going to have to turn down some offers, and he was confident enough that he could come do it. And within a year, he earned himself a scholarship.
Who made that identification that this guy can play? Or was it
well, that's his coaches. I mean, I've known his dad for a long time. I recruited the PD in Myrtle Beach and Socastee and all that area down there when his dad was the head coach there, and his dad's AD now. So we've known about Hunter for a long time, and Coach Pearman's had that area, and he would come back and say, "Man, I'm telling you, this kid can move, man." And so he just watched the tape, and Jeff looked at him and was like, "God, this guy would be a premium guy. You get a chance to get a guy like this in your program," and he was a great student, and had a chance to maybe get some academic help out of the gate. So we brought him in on an official visit and kind of laid out the plan, and nothing guaranteed. You got to go earn it, and that's what he did. So he's worked his tail off to he played everything in higch school, and he really wasn't a guy that spent a lot of time in the weight room. So we put him in Power Hour last year, and he's one of those guys that is going to go above and beyond, and his body's responded, and he's got good length to him. You saw that the other day when his ability to go up. I think he had the fastest shuttle time on our team in the off season. He's just got some explosiveness to him, great leaping ability, and just outstanding. He played quarterback too, so I mean, just outstanding ball skills. And that was you saw that in the Shrine Bowl too. I mean, when he went to the Shrine Bowl, just the feedback that we got from all the people that were up there watching practice every day was, man, this guy's he's a great player. He's just one of those guys you look at him and you just like I said, he looks like a chemist or something. No offense to a chemist. I don't need any emails from the chemist. But he just doesn't look like But you put him between the lines, and man, he's a player. So he's got a bright future for us.